Understanding team building in Honkai Star Rail can be very confusing for new players and even long-term players. While you can look up build guides for practically any character in the game at this point, you may still not know what their best partners are and the various playstyles and build techs available to the wide variety of characters. In the following weeks, I will be making videos going through the process of strong team building for various pieces of content in different teams, to give you the best understanding as how to not only build your teams, but to give you clarity for characters that you may want to pull in the future to flesh out your teams. So before we start getting into the meat and potatoes, we need to first understand the basics of every character and what path they are on. For this example, let's take a look at everyone's favorite IRS agent, Topaz. Looking at Topaz, we see that the elemental damage that she and her pet Nummy dish out is fire, and the path that she follows is that of the hunt. Topaz, along with all characters with the hunt symbol, symbolize in dealing massive amounts of damage to a single target. The description of the hunt path is very common with all the other paths in the game. Not exact words, but give you an idea as to what a character will be capable of doing. Destruction, dealing great damage suitable for various combat scenarios. Hunt deals massive damage to a single target. Erudition, dealing remarkable amounts of damage to multiple target enemies. Harmony applies buffs to improve teams' combat capabilities. Nihility applies debuffs to the enemy. Preservation, powerful defensive capabilities to protect teammates. And the Abundance, heals and restores allies' HP. Let's use the description of a path, then look at another character to see if it stands true. Let's look at the character like Kafka. So Kafka deals lightning elemental damage and follows the Nihility path. Characters that follow this path will apply debuffs to the enemy, whether that be damage dealing debuffs like Kafka's lightning DOT or damage over time debuff, or even reducing defense. There are a few key things to understand when it comes to characters with their paths. While a character does follow their own respective path, and whatever the description of that path is, the character will be doing it. However, they could take different routes. Circling back to the hunt path with the previously mentioned Topaz, she focuses on single target damage, which her path specializes in. However, where Topaz gets most of value is that she does follow-up damage, which is completely different playstyle than Zila, another character on the hunt path who does not do follow-up attacks, but instead lives up to her path's motto fully and whacks the enemy with a sea of butterflies. So, as we can see, while both characters do very good damage to a single target enemy, they both go about it in different ways. While the examples I provided are mainly the hunt path, this playstyle change isn't limited to just that path. And as the game continues to grow and more characters get introduced, we could see widely different ways the developers take these creative freedoms. So the basic understanding of paths and how even within each path, different characters can take up different routes to achieve their ultimate goal. Additional layers to keep in mind that we will be discussing next week are light cones and relics, and how they add an extra dimension to not only team building, but in how you build a character.